Oh, stop already. Stranger in the pasture field. These are low line, aren't they, pretty much? These are Tim's cows. You can see this big old cow here. How old is she?
We only have one cow.
Oh, okay, so she's just a 2-year-old or 3 or 4-year-old. You can see the hindquarters on these girls. They're really filled out nice. Look at the hindquarters on her. Nice flat top. She's so flat on the top you could make a bed out of it.
I think I need to give them a little grain.
Yeah, they need a little grain. I don't think so. Tim's been holding out on me. He says he hasn't been seeing any tree swallows. I come down here to his lower field and there's like 15 of them flying around. They're just everywhere. You can probably hear them. See them?
I mentioned to them that they could probably hop a ride from your place.
We're fighting over tree swallows. They're visiting this box here. I'm gonna have to do that with my nest boxes. Oh, look at that. I got a nice pretty little nest started in there. They must have just come back. Nice pretty nest in there. Sweet.
Should have drilled a little bigger hole for that nail.
Yeah. At least you can still get them out without a screwdriver, though mine you got to use a screwdriver to get them out. Tim's got a really neat setup here for his water. I've pretty much only shown my setup, and you know, this is just a different option. There's a little building right up in there, and he has a line buried from that little building down to here, and it's only buried what, maybe 2 feet, Tim?
Maybe
18 inches. See, it's set up on a Blossom valve. He has a bucket around it to keep the dirt and the mud away from it. It's set down in our area. We're looking at a 3-foot bury on our water line, or that's the recommendation. But he says this hasn't froze up, and if it does freeze up, he hasn't had any problems with it breaking the water line or the Blossom hookups. So I mean,
use it in the winter. So.
Yeah, you're not using it in the winter time, so it's kind of a win-win deal. Now, do you drain it at all, or just?
What I can, but I've never blown it out, so I'm sure there's places that there's water still.
Okay. Now, do you just take like your Blossom,
right,
and just stick it in
every opening, and then I unhook it up there and let the just gravity.
That's what I do. Yeah, that's what I do with mine too. Whenever it comes to the cold weather, you just take your Blossom in, just plug it in, and you're ready to go for, you know, to help winterize it. And I haven't, mine's all above ground, my Blossom stuff. Well, no, I can't say. I have some similar to this, but I like the 5-gallon bucket idea because mine's a 6-inch 6-inch PVC pipe, and it's a little bit challenging sometimes to get this lined up with the female coupler reaching down a 6-inch pipe, and this here you have plenty of opening, so it's pretty easy to set up. You can see it just plugged it right up there. So then he just runs it across here on a garden hose. Pretty decent garden hose. You know what kind it is?
It's a Craftsman.
It's a Craftsman.
Sears
okay,
rubber hose.
it's got some age on it then, probably.
Yeah, it's as old as the system here.
Yeah,
Some of them are.
it's got some age on it now. He's got a is that a Rojo? Is that the Job Rojo?
I think it is. It's the bigger one. It's not the small.
Oh, it's the Mega Flow.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the Mega Flow. Because you got the Mega Flow float, and this here's a Topaz or a Rojo float.
Dump it out and see how quick it comes back if you want.
Nah, well, if you don't mind. Now this here's just a 40-gallon Tough Stuff tub. We have a couple of them at our place that we're using. And then He's got 2 floats on this. I'm assuming you probably had trouble with it shutting down.
Yeah.
And 2 floats.
Had it overflow a time or two, or you get it too close to the top, and if you don't get it level, then it's hard to keep it from overflowing. So
Right.
it kind of ensures that it shuts off at a lower depth.
Yeah. Yep, see, it just shuts down. Pretty easy there. Now, I noticed you don't have a cage in there. Do you have any problems with them stepping on the valve or anything? Or do you pretty much just kind of keep it close?
Try and keep it close to the wire.
Keep it close to the water so they don't push on it.
Calves or young or something that's not used to it.
Okay.
Keep the wire over top of the valve.
Okay. Yep, that's what I do too if I don't have a cage. Just got to kind of protect that valve a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's, you know, that's pretty simple, easy setup. I mean, those tanks I think are 40 bucks, aren't they? Probably 60 or 70 now with the way inflation is, but in the valve, I'm thinking the MegaFlow valve's around $70. I don't know. I know the MegaFlow float's cheaper than the Topaz float by $8. So
if you don't have the extra float for them, maple syrup jugs work really well.
I'll bet they do. I'll bet they do. A quart maple syrup jug would work great. Oh, look at those pretty birds there. How close are they going to let me get? You gotta love the tree swallows. Okay guys, this is Tim's high-tech mineral feeder he has. It's got a rope on it. Basically all it is a tire, a car tire rim with the rim, and then he's got a tough stuff rubber tub in the center of it. Right now he's feeding block mineral, but he also feeds loose minerals as well, and I believe that looks like a selenium block. And the selenium's one of the most important things, but this here's his setup. Everybody's got a different setup, so I'll give you some different ideas there.
Get it too far away, it's easier to hook it on the buggy.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear that. Throw the rope under there and
holes drilled in, but they're starting to get
fill it up.
plugged over. I got to drill some more, open them up again.
Yeah. They actually, if you get a little bit of brine in there, they'll actually drink that brine. They like that salt brine.
Yeah.
Okay, this here's Tim's spring gate setup. He's got the 4-inch fin tube insulators going around the post. He's got 3 of them on each post, hooked to a spring gate, which that will make a spring gate hot. And then when he comes over here, whenever he put his ends on, he left a little tail, flipped that tail back over, put a short chunk of corner insulator, which you could use a fin tube there as well. Put a little loop in it for your spring gate, and he's all set up. We're gonna check Tim's gator out here too. He has a pretty cool setup for on his gator here with the fencing stuff. It's got sides. He built sides for on the gator, and I'm assuming this here's for fence posts.
Yep.
How do you secure them in? You just put like a bungee cord on them?
No, I just make sure if it's on the top, make sure it hooks in like that for the top one.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
And then for the sideboards, just
oh, those come right off. Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. You don't even have any, that's all built in on the sideboard. You don't have no mounting brackets or nothing on that.
Nope.
Oh man, that's nice. What's this for?
For my brush axe.
Brush axe, okay. And then he's got his fencing set up on the front here. He's got a little wood box built for his reels. This here's an ancient reel. How long old? That's an old reel, isn't it?
That's pretty.
That's an old reel, and then he has the mini reels. I see he's got some broken ones.
Yeah.
Cold weather's hard on him. Cold weather's hard on him. He's got one here he's got fixed.
Yeah, I fixed most of them, I think, after watching you fix them.
Yeah, he's got this one here fixed up. It will last a long time. Using braided wire, and then I see you have some twine here. Is that any special twine? It looks almost like Gallagher.
I don't remember, Russ. I like this
The braid
stuff better though.
Yeah.
It seems to last well.
Yeah, it lasts a lot longer.
Doesn't break as easy.
Yeah, and then he's got his Blossom hookups here, so he doesn't have to go back to the house to hook his hose up. And then this here's conduit, I guess, PVC conduit, and then this here's steel pipe, I guess.
Yeah.
That's steel pipe. I don't see why the conduit probably works just as good as the steel pipe. And he's got all of his curly Q pigtail fence posts there. And then he has the front fence jumper on there, but I'm assuming that's not working right now.
Somebody's a little hard on it.
It looks like my wife's buggy. Yeah, it looks like he's hit a few trees or whatever with it. I find on mine I get these dents like right in the center here, and it's like, what happened? But
Now
that's
straighten it out. Here.
Yeah. Well, it's nothing difficult. You just give it a good pull, and you're pretty much almost set to go.
Yeah.
May have to do a little more adjusting, but that's a fence jumper he has, so he doesn't have to get out and just put fences and stuff down. Okay, guys, that's it for this video. Tim has a pretty nice setup. He does things a little bit differently than I do, but he's still out there. He's moving his cows. He's making grass grow. It's been about 3 years since I've been here, hasn't it?
At least that, yeah.
I think it's been about 3 years since I've been here. And I'll tell you what, the improvement that he has done by you started rotating your cows once a day about 3 years ago, didn't you?
Yeah, after you guilted me into moving them every day.
He used to move them every 3 to 4 days, and then I kind of twisted his arm like he twisted my arm, because he recommended for me to move my cows once a day, but he was only moving them 3 to 4 times, every 3 to 4 days. So I had to twist his arm to do his once a day, and he started moving his cows once a day. And this pasture is 200% better than what it used to be.
Yeah.
It's 200%. I mean, it's really improved. It's really doing well. You can see out across there the nice green. It's coming. We're still a little bit slow here. He's grazed part of this. Looks like he grazed over to about there.
Yep.
Yep, he grazed over to about there, and then he's hopped over and he grazed a little strip there, and then he's got his cows down there, and it looks like he's moved across this way. We got rain coming, so he's gonna be moving those girls up to the top here, so he's not making mud.